Have you ever made dua in your life, but then it didn't get accepted? And then you were wondering, did you do something wrong that Allah didn't accept you? And then you go and you tell people, and then people tell you, well, maybe it's because you have sins, maybe it's because you didn't do it properly. But then you go and then you see non-Muslims who are asking for something from the divine, and then they get their dua, and you're like, what the heck? How all of a sudden they are getting their requests getting accepted really fast, and I'm not getting my request accepted really fast. And the reason why that's happening, by the way, is because most of us misunderstood what dua is. There is a difference, by the way, between dua, the word dua, and the word nida. Most of us are actually doing nida instead of dua. Nida is when you're just calling out to Allah. Dua is when you're really supplicating to Allah. Nida, Allah actually, by the way, He showed you an example of what nida is, and the same Prophet doing dua. Let's look at this. Allah says, Prophet Zakaria, when he called nida, his Lord in secret, saying, and look at how he did the nida. My Lord, indeed my bones have been weakened. My head was filled with white, and I've never been disappointed in my prayer, and I fear relatives after me, and my wife has been barren. He keeps saying, like, I fear this, and then I fear this, and then I fear that. He's not really doing a dua, he's doing a nida. And then what does Allah tell him? Allah tells him, He made him a sign. Don't talk to people for a few days. Allah didn't accept his request fast. Allah gave him something to do and then accepted his request. How did he make dua the other time and then Allah immediately accepted his request? He says, there Zakaria prayed da'a to his Lord. He said, my Lord, grant me from yourself good offspring. Indeed, you are the hearer of supplications. And what does Allah say? So the angels called him while he stood in prayer. Indeed, Allah gives you good news of Yahya. Immediately, his dua was accepted because he made dua properly. Understand, dua and nida, they're both an indication of your inner state. When you're doing nida, you're just calling, you're just basically saying, Allah, my life is bad, I got debts, I got just pure horrible life. That's the life that I'm in right now. But when you're doing dua, you don't even care about who you are. You're just focusing on Allah. That's why Prophet Sulaiman, he's like, Allah, forgive me and give me a kingdom that no one else will ever have access to except me, because you're the one that gives easily. Because he knows that this is who Allah is. Allah can give you things, majesty, things, or majestic things easily. And dua is when you're attaching the name of Allah to your dua. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْوَهَّابِ. You are the one that hears supplication. أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ خَيْرُ الرَّازِقِينَ. Because you know who Allah is. And when you truly know who Allah is, and then you request something from Allah, that's when it gets accepted pretty fast, because that's the inner state that you're in, which is capability.